Alrighty, folks. Yep, this is Ambiguous Influence with continuing the playthrough for Pillars of Eternity. Randomized build playthrough.
Of course.
Had a bit of a wonky time connecting today, so I'm just gonna do some quick checks. Okay, yep, looks like it's live and I have a time count. Alrighty. So we are continuing the randomized build playthrough of Pillars of Eternity. We have just entered Durgan's battery in the White Marsh, and we will be going through that. So we have the statue of Abaddon is molted and tarnished, with each bolt and rivet appears crafted with meticulous detail. So let's go into scouting mode for what good it will do us, and start our way through.
Found it.
We earned this. Durgan's steel has lined our halls in gold.
Okay, let's check up these stairs. I believe this is just the battery walls it goes up to. Yep, just the battery walls. An upper section of the side of the tower has crumbled, blocking access within. But it looks like there is at least something to loot. That is Gauntlets of Accuracy. Potion of Flame Shield and just some cash. So let's go back down into the battery proper. Alrighty.
I'll go on ahead.
Sneak on up. Yep, don't have anywhere near the mechanics to do that. So we'll have to find a key if there is one.
Get out! Out!
Okay, looks like we have an ice blight up here. And some vessels, some possessed armor. That out. Focus fire here. Haravius, if you would heal. Kitty cat form.
My mind feels...
Just do a blast. Alrighty. Got that group taken care of. Bronze Abaddon statuette. Okay, so that's just a piece of treasure.
Hey.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea,
Check this. Just
which is
exceptional rod.
not very
Lore
polite.
book. Check on over here. Okay, some spirits and some snowcap. Raid through there. Let me see if there's anything here. Diamond and letter to Zoltan. Esteemed Coinmaster Zoltan, I write to you in anger and bafflement. Have I not been a faithful customer to you? Have I not been fair in my dealings? Yet after all of our business together, your people turned me away like some filthy beggar. I arrived at the battery a fortnight ago, frost in my beard and not a morsel in my belly. Barely had I unhitched the horses when your commandant Alexandru came to meet me. The priest told me that I would be made welcome, but my profane business would not. In short, I would have to leave at first light, my wagon's empty. Certain that this was but a negotiating tactic, I told Alexandru that I would of course see him compensated along with you. He left in a huff, and when I presented myself at the door, it was Commandant Morin, your arms warden, who met me. She told me to leave at once, that she wouldn't have my coin-grubbing hands tarnishing Durgan's steel. Now, I appreciate forceful bargaining as much as any man of coin, but I was cold, hungry, and put off by her vehemence. So I showed her the letter you had sent inviting me to examine your latest stock of Durgan steel. Commandant Maroon drove a rapier through the letter and sliced it in two. She then warned me that her blade, a fine weapon indeed, would be the last I ever laid eyes on if I dare not. I think that should be hike back down the mountain at once. Never have I endured such humiliation and expense only to return home empty-handed. I do not understand what has passed between you and your associates, but I urge you to take charge. I fear the other commandants will be your undoing, indeed that of all of Durgan Battery, if you do not deal with them swiftly and decisively. Yours, Maestri Aneto of Serazo.
Hey.
And to Diamond.
Damn you both! My generation built this keep to honor Abidan, not to further your greed and ambition.
We're Pergrunin. Our forefathers explored and conquered, but you've stuck us in this frigid hall.
Paved with gold and marble. I won't allow us to abandon our legacy for your delusions.
No, you'll peddle it away to line your pockets. How much have you made selling our steel, Zoltan?
Again with your lies. You think I don't hear you turning the others against me? These walls echo, and... Enough! I'll send the Forge Guardians on both of you if that's what it takes.
Oh, some lore there. Record of production. Here is a current accounting of this month's production: 20 longswords, 15 axes, 12 hammers, 7 maces, 2 flails, 7 suits of armor for Forge Guardians, 3 additional suits of armor. If the commandants remark on production rates, kindly remind them that we've received 3 different work orders from them. Vassal, Master Smith of Durgan's Battery. A note in another hand is written at the bottom of the page. What does Exandria need with so many Forge Guardians? Keep an eye on him.
Hey.
Back to
Quick and
sneaky
quiet.
mode.
I'll have this open in no
Yep,
time.
No way about doing that. Just a minor ring. You think you glimpse flickers of movement in the tarnished, clouded mirror. Fine arquebus. Go on in here. Let's attack. Sour, if you could focus, and ranged, if you could all focus the priest, that would be fantastic. And there we go. For obvious for the priest as well. Oh! That solved that. And howdy there, folks. How are you doing tonight? Oh, that's just a knockdown from Haravius. He's so fragile. Sometimes I lose sight of how easily he can go down. Just a few little focused fire. Bloop! Ah, Stormcaller has leveled, and to get the final level, we just need to rest in the Lair of Sky Dragon. Easy. Actually, that is potentially easy. Okay, so it is now exceptional, and I'm pretty sure that's the main feature here. So the new lore. A lookout on the pirate ship Grinning Marilina took Stormcaller from the captured merchant ship. He used Stormcaller to fire on enemy ships with from the Crow's Nest, while the Marilina approached. He could set flame to enemy sails or peg fleeing ships with rope arrows. However, when the captain began to look with envy on the marvelous bow, he jumped ship, sold Stormcaller, and became a fisherman.
Hey.
Just some random loot.
Not a sound.
Bill of Sale. You unroll the scroll and see an inventory of weapons and armor, swords, shields, breastplates, and helms. All are listed as sold to Lucan of Durnrid. The bill is signed by Commandant Zoltan, Coinmaster of Durgan's Battery. That's Dimebor. Okay, it's just extra endurance and will when you're low health. More spirits. Don't know if anyone in the party has high enough mechanics for the
He's a traitor to the battery.
switch here. If it's on this side, at least. Okay, yep. Let's head on over here. Could also go down that way, but let's stay this while.
She'll bring these walls down around us.
That reminds me. Want to check his weapon? Okay, yeah. We're real close to leveling that up.
Found it.
Tables, shields, and collapsed stones have been piled up to form an impassable barricade. Let's see if we have enough mechanics. Oh, we do not. We do not have enough mechanics to get through that door either. Okay, everyone, if you would just kindly stick to one side. As we all saw the priest. And the ice blight. Trap, wonderful. But we can deal with that.
My mind feels
Alright, that's taken care of. Yep.
Quick and quiet.
And
All
with
right,
random
then.
level ups, we do not have anywhere near high enough mechanics for
I wonder
basically
what this
anything.
is.
No, just
Hey,
it would be nice if there was a quality of life feature where if they detect a trap, they don't step on it in their pathfinding, but so goes life. At least it was only some petrification.
hey.
Maybe we're not in combat. Okay, so I saw a dude down there.
Course.
So there's a group down there. Let's all go back into
if
scouting.
secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
So let's head up here, see what's here. More lore.
We've got to survive by any means necessary.
We'll have blood in these halls before long.
The statue of Abaddon is melted and tarnished. Okay, same as the one at the entrance. So this looks like a plot-relevant door. As you approach the doorway, a wave of incense ripples through the air. The ancient stones grind and groan around you, and a woman's voice echoes from the hall.
Stop right there. You must be some merchant come to speak with Zoltan.
There's a pause in which the woman's wrathful essence gathers like a storm cloud on the other side of the door. The entire room creaks from the pressure of her presence. I can give advice if you wish. This is not my first talking door.
Our illustrious coin master may let you plunder our armory, but I've got other ideas for dealing with your lot.
Her voice is sharp and loud, like the slamming of a door. As her words echo in the chamber, the ghosts startle and flinch, glancing about in agitation.
Turn and go before I show you how an arms warden deals with trespassers.
What's going on here?
Pargrun and quarrels are no business of yours, outsider.
Her tone is cold as the icy halls around you. Who are you?
I'm Maroon, proud Pargrin and arms warden of Durgan's battery. And you're answering my questions now.
Stone grinds and crumbles at the sound of her voice. Okay. And I'm just looking around. The ghost stirs, looking around and shivering. Their eyes widen and glow as they light on you, as if they're noticing you for the first time. Just as quickly, they gaze away and seem to forget you once more. But now they seem alert, wary.
Leave our halls. Go back to whatever land you hail from.
Your foundations were blessed by Abaddon himself. What harm could I possibly do?
You sound like Exandru. At least you're no friend of Zoltan's, then.
A gust of air sighs across your feet.
You may pass, but don't make me regret this. I'll be watching you.
Well, that got us through that door.
I'll stay out
Okay,
of
so
sight.
that's stairs to another area. The mines. So let's head over here. And hopefully not be killed by a bunch of vengeful ghosts and vessels. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. So I was going to do the backup and let them counter us, but
That's how it's done.
there we go. Focus fire. Now that old chestnut. Turn the ice blood for obvious go cat mode.
Alright then.
Okay, that went suspiciously easily. Exceptional saber.
Keeping an eye out.
Back into scouting mode.
Zoltan's the only one with sense. Anyone who says otherwise is a fool.
That cheat sold our steel and kept the coin himself.
Melee damage bonus. Plus 10% melee damage.
Maroon! She won't rest until our corpses decorate the halls.
I actually think I'll give these to the monk.
Hey.
Just coin.
How long before the commandants come?
Not getting through me.
Getting the wild focus fire. Oh, someone dinged a level. Okay, Heravius and Clarence dinged. So let's do Clarence first. He is now a level 11 wizard. Let's do a roll for random skill up. That will be lower. And the only one that can take it for is the stealth. Okie dokie. So he can cast level 6 spells. These are the 4 that we don't have in our grimoire yet. So let's make a roll. That's going to be Precisely Piercing Burst. Creates a burst of deadly force around the caster, causing any enemies in the immediate vicinity to take pierce damage, bypassing their damage reduction. That is actually a very good amount of damage that... oh, it's only 10 DR bypass. I thought it was like a complete DR bypass, which would have been... And Death Ring calls a black ring of necrotic energy into being that spreads out in all directions, causing corrode damage to enemies it touches, and potentially destroying those with low endurance. So it's a faux AoE centered on the caster. Actually, that's pretty good. And for spell mastery, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 spells. So roll a d20. That is a 19. That is a 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Infused with Vital Essence. Oh boy. Such a useful spell. I mean, I say that. It might actually be useful. Who knows? We'll find out. Okay, and Heravius. Now in a level 11 druid. Let's roll for him. And he is getting a point into mechanics. Huzzah. The only one that can take the 4's lore. So for his spell mastery of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spells. So roll our d10 again. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold beasts. Not very situational. And he also gets his other druid spells, including Conjure Greater Blight, Garden of Life, Rot Skulls, which are actually kind of okay. Sun Lance, which is pretty good. Venom Bloom. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Hey.
Okay. Come on. Yep. There we go. So before we go much further, I do want to set his grimoire. So, Lightning. Chain lightning's fun. You know, for now, I think I'll keep it as is.
Hey.
Okay, so that seems to be this floor investigated. I will head back here real quick, see if that new level in mechanics can help us out any with this one. Nope. Okay. So let's go the long way around to avoid that trap and down into the mines. Actually, I also do want to see if that new level of mechanics can detect a switch here. I don't really know what the thresholds are for this area because typically, you know, you're not playing a randomized build, so you have a at least one dedicated specialist for mechanics, so you can always find shit, but nope, not today. Not ever. Not no way, not no how. Well, let's head down to the mines, because nothing bad ever happened to dwarves in mines. They were old and abandoned in the ancient times. Ooh. Good coffee. Well, okay coffee. It's mid. But it's warm, so, you know, that's always nice. Oh, and now a level up for a dare. So, skills. That's athletics. And nothing can take the 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 possible abilities. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Critical defense. Let me just double check that I counted correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 9, 10. Which is actually pretty good. It's 20% of crits get converted to hits, and 10% of incoming hits just become grazes, so you're taking less damage overall. Which is never a bad thing.
Hey.
Okay, I'm going to turn fast mode off.
We can't hold them off!
Fall back!
Oh, I remember this encounter now. Yeah, I'm going to have us fall back. Fall back, folks. Disengage. Take the disengage. Okay. Now.
You should have run! Oh, I'm dead! That's how it's done!
Oh, okay. Oh, nope. That guy is still there. Okay. I was like, wait, did he fully,
You're not
nope.
getting through me.
Okay. Take him. Okay, and everyone across the bridge. Okay, so he'll be scouting around now. Haravius, while we are at it. Go right here. Cast a healing spell. And everyone attack.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Alright, well I feel we executed that quite well. And Greenstone Staff has leveled up. To get its next level, we either have to kill 5 blights with it, or just 25 enemies in general. It is now exceptional in advanced beetle shell twice per rest, which is a 200-point stasis shield for 30 seconds. Okay. As a Durgan explorer in Aaron Glanfoth came across a row of Audra pillars near what is now Solus Vale. Having never seen such display of living Audra, he thought immediately of the Sekethra that houses the souls of Adiran nobility and decided that these pillars must surely hold something magnificent. He chiseled a chunk of Audra from the growth and brought it back to Durnwood for further study.
Hey.
Okay, put in a quick save.
I will walk unseen.
Go into stealth mode. Potion of Endurance. Oh! I can actually unlock something!
All done.
Oh, that is so exciting. Spell plus 10% spell damage. Ooh, I like that. Yes, give that to the wizard.
Hey.
Thank you kindly. Okay, let's go into part of the mines themselves.
Don't look back!
Keep running! Out of my way!
Head down here. You know, as fastidious as these dwarves are, like, portrayed as, it's weird that they don't have, like, some level of, like, workplace safety. Ravius, do the kitty cat form, because you are about to be targeted, my dude. How dare if you would come around. Please retreat, Clarence, so Adair can come in.
Leap!
Zava as well.
To me.
Oh, wow, they were
Mind feels sharp as...
that is not good. We'll target the beetle. Petrify, paralyze. Those frost oozes are that's something you want to leave alone.
Of course.
Not a sound.
Okay, let's see what's in here. Camping supplies. Alright, head up here then. Sure, fast mode on, just to make it a wee bit quicker. Oh god, I just... Yep. I know what room that is. Right here.
They're coming over the barricade!
Skeletons lie crushed beneath enormous stone
Guess
slabs.
the barricade didn't work.
Exceptional Morning Star. Yeah, this is just out here. I believe this door is quite locked.
They're coming! To the mines!
Potion of Nature Battle Cry. Now this one we can get a key for. So let's head on down. Turn fast mode off. Head on back into the mines.
Hold them off! Move!
Exceptional mace, diamond, and sigil of the helm. Carvings on one side of the stone disc depict a helm. On its back, a single protrusion pokes out from its expertly polished surface.
Hobbiton's gears. They're coming.
Okay, we have some ghosts to fight. We got dominated. Just take the free hits, folks. There we go. Another ghost to fight.
You should have run.
I don't know if the bitter spirit's really a ghost. Is that the iron and copper deposits are spattered with blood? Rod and a scroll of missile barrage. Oh! Another spirit wandered in. Get it. Okay. Oh! Okay. So, yeah, let's take up uses first.
Someone pick me up.
Okay. And focus the ice beetles. Okay, Grieving Mother, you can use a detonate.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Nice.
My mind feels sharper.
Do your self-heal. I should kind of back up so Rodney's can get through. Mother back up. Oh, sorry, that was kind of Mother back up.
Indeed.
Frontliners come on in. And finish off.
Of course.
Quick and quiet.
Okay, and just boots of speed and some lockpicks. Okay, one moment. Alrighty. Had to blow me nose. Zawa wants to talk.
A hopeless battle was waged in Durgan's battery. They seemed to know that their deaths had come, yet many fought on.
All men fight who fear death.
This was not fear, not all of it. Some made a stand together. They believed in a cause that would outlive them, and so they stayed true to it. They might have made great Dalpazga warriors, if only they had been born to Khan.
Hey.
Okay.
Not a sound.
Head down. This just seems to be another... Yeah, this is just another loop around. So let's head up.
We're outnumbered.
Listen, you hear that?
Erasmir's letter. Something was hastily scrawled across the page. It reads, Floru, we're trapped here, but I take heart in knowing you're safe below. When this ends, take whatever you can carry and leave for Fort Bonepicker at once. Take our nephew if you can. It's not safe here. Keep this with you. Your love, Ezimur. The other side looks like a poem, but it's obscured with dirt. Okay. Let's head down. Southfoot. Yep.
Are we safe here?
Quiet.
Okay. Take out the big spirits. Nice and quick.
Hey.
Belt of +3 Constitution. Let's see. Belt, no belt, no belt. Honestly, I'm gonna give it to Heravius.
Hey.
Because he just needs more hit points.
Quick and quiet.
Hurry! We can hide here!
I believe this is where you get the key.
They're going to come for us here, and...
The dwarf remains lying on the floor, covered in dirt and swathed in cobwebs. Essence drifts nearby, hanging in the stale air like dust motes. Reach out to the essence. It takes a little additional effort, but you manage to gather the floating essence to you. You work your way into it and suddenly find yourself immersed in the soul's memory. The shock hits you with an almost physical force, and your heart hammers within your chest. Other Pargrunen rush past you, retreating or attacking. It's gotten hard to tell. You're running alongside a dark tunnel, pushing your overtaxed body as fast as it will go. Your heart pounds harder with each step. Concussive thumps echo above you. Each one seems to resound in your heaving chest. You pass the mines and reach the main hall. It's packed full of shouting, shoving, panicking dwarves. Even if you could reach the door at the other end without getting trampled, or beaten to death first, something in the feet of the crowd tells you it's already locked. The tunnel behind you rings with screams. You had another dial for the door to the forge below, but it's locked in the workshop on the other side of the barricade. The sound of battle grows closer. You race the mines, ignoring the building pressure in your chest. You scurry deep into the mines, losing track of your path. The tunnel seems to close around you. You stumble and fall. You try to pull yourself up, but your arm is dull with pain. Even though you've stopped, you can't quite catch your breath. For the first time, you notice a squeezing agony in your chest. Darkness gathers around you. Search the body. A key glints in the dirt next to the corpse's femur. As you examine it, the nearby spirit grows restless, growling and fidgeting. Take the key. You push the bones aside and grab the key. As you do, you hear screams of horror and fury. The dead of Durgan's battery converge on you, their unnatural teeth and claws bared. Okay, so for Wraith, Spectre, and... Okay, you stay with him. Y'all attack this thing. Oh, good, he's getting teamed up on. Okay. Take advantage of the dominates to take the attacks in. Good, good. Y'all head down to help Adair. He's actually doing pretty ding darn good. Just focus fire on what you can there, folks. These little sneakers like to just teleport around, so. Adair, you've got this. And Heravius, why don't you try to get a cheeky kill with your staff? So goes life.
Of course.
Okay, and that was the key to the door right here. So let's check up here to the north.
Stop them!
I'll also check here as well.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
This might just be looped around. No, we got something here. Fry bar, some pearls, and a trap. Oh. Oh, and now all the,
You're not getting through.
guys are better. Let's focus the siren. Well, they're doing that. Actually, cast Gaze of the R-Dragon. on this little cluster. Assuming they stay there. Oh, beautiful. Take out the siren. Wraith, I see you. Where's that? The Wraith? Yep, there's the Wraith. Oh, that double damage is a thing of beauty.
This isn't working.
Hey.
Oh, ain't night Zala.
Leave it to me. Quick, toss me something up.
Hey.
Alrighty.
Quiet.
Back into scouting mode. Let Zawa's endurance refresh a bit. Come on, you line up. There we go. Yeah, the minecart. An empty minecart sits at the mouth of this tunnel, waiting to be loaded up with ore. Despite the condition of some of the surrounding tunnels, this cart and tracks beyond appear to be intact. There's a lever at the base of the tracks. Look inside the cart. The cart is empty. It's dusty and patchy with rust, and large enough that a group of kith might fit inside, uncomfortably. Climb in. You and your allies climb into the minecart, in a graceless jumble of jabbing elbows and weapons. Pull the lever. With a shriek of grinding metal, the lever slides into place. The cart gives a mighty shudder, then starts rolling slowly along the track. The minecart moves downhill and quickly gathers speed. On the next rise, it becomes clear that there's some form of enchantment upon the tracks. The car loses none of its momentum. After a sharp turn, you find yourself rapidly approaching a fork in the tracks. One track leads left, another upward and to the right. Look around quickly. You notice another lever set alongside the tracks. The minecart hustles along towards it. Grab the lever as you pass. Who will go? Let's have Zawa do it. In a show of agility, Zawa manages to hang over the side of the cart and grab the lever as it comes across. The lever slams into place, and the impact nearly knocks Zawa out of the cart. There's a grinding noise, and then the tracks shift ahead of you, just in time, and the cart rattles onto the right track. After a dizzying series of turns and twists, the minecart slows, then stops at the entrance to a new cavern.
Hey.
That always brings me back to the old Pajama Sam game, back in the 90s, as I show my age. Some Durgan steel ingots, those are important later, and Sigil the Shield. Carvings on one side of the stone disc depict a shield. On its back, two protrusions poke out from its expertly polished surface.
Hey.
So we have the helm with one and the shield with two. Dented minecarts and heaps of rubble block this tunnel. Okay. Up on in. Continue. Okay, so let's head to the workshop.
Call the Forge Guardians!
For the battery!
Or, don't, and let us just move around.
I'll stay out of
That's
sight.
an option. Alrighty. And into the workshop. Where there are wolves and trolls. Yay! Stone dial. This thick circle of dark stone is intricately engraved with various strange symbols. A small stone protrusion races from the center to the outer edge, pointing outward. Okay, let's do a joke. Well, it looks like we're killing them all. And I'm out of spells for that level, so let's just let's do a call to slumber, see if we can sleep some of them.
Just say the word.
Okay, good. So let's focus fire while they're sleepies. keep attacking the dice troll. It's gonna get back up. Attack this troll. Actually, I want to dare to try and knock out the giant. At least keep it occupied. There we go. Summon up a phantom. Detonate.
This fight is mine!
Okay, and everyone focus fire. Bring in another phantom.
My mind.
Give it dominate for some free hits. And kill it to death. Alrighty.
Of course.
Not too bad.
Keeping an eye out.
Separate helm. No. Actually, what is this? Ah. So, gives just general good defenses against top build, stuck, paralyzed, try and confuse, dominate. And then per kill, you just get extra damage. That's actually pretty good. What do you currently have? Oh yeah, this is just better.
Hey.
Okay, that appears to be the workshop, so let's head down here. Oh boy. See them what they want to do. Okay. Okay, you're good here. Yeah, I'll try and take out that siren. Anything else in your way. Actually, Adair, if you would switch over to Whispers of Yenwood, because it does have that bonus against spirits. If y'all would. Actually, summon some skellies.
Yes?
Okay, that's... Oh, you're paralyzed, that's why. Okay. More skellies. And use your paralysis.
I thought we don't.
There we go. Just focus the shades. This mirror images is actually activated, that's nice. Come on. There we go. Now kill the siren.
with me! Quick, toss me something else!
Ah, that paralyze.
Following your
Okay, there we go.
Hey.
Okay. Okay, just a real quick hit.
This fight is mine!
See if we can come into range. Okay, there's the priest.
Blood makes...
Just have him assault the back line. So if you would.
This fight is mine!
There we go, slowly but surely.
My mind.
Okay. And take out the last one.
Hey.
Okay. Grab some loot. Oh, Kana leveled. He is now in level 11 Chandra. Let's roll for his skill. It's going to be lower. And nothing can take the 3. So for phrases, we are going to take... If let use Myth Fear bestows a burning effect on all ally weapons. That's plus 25% burn damage, not too bad. Let's make sure that gets added into the channel.
following your lead.
Hey.
Quiet.
Move over here. A heavy bronze suit appears to have been ripped apart, its pieces scattered across the floor. Rune engraved copper key. Despite the layer of green rust that covers the surface of the key, you can still distinguish elaborate runes adorning the bow.
Hey.
Let us in! They're coming!
Okay, so this is the door to progress, and we have some carvings here. To seek the White Forge in the north, reach Old Valley in the west, the Cold One from the south, and Bora Parents east. So, the order here is a cold wind from the south, reached Old Valia in the west, and bore our parents east to seek the White Forge in the north. So south, west, east, north. Okay. As you approach the door, you notice a round depression within the surrounding frame. The molding around the depression is elaborately carved with a row of foreign symbols lining the topmost edge of the circle. Place the stone disc in the socket. At first, the disc does not seem to fit until it is oriented in a specific way. You hear a quiet click of casings as it sinks into place. Nothing appears to happen right away, however. On the disc itself, an arrow-shaped protrusion points north. So we're going to rotate it to the south, push the disc. You press the disc as the arrow points south, you feel a satisfying thunk, and notice that the dial has sunk a fraction of an inch into the depression. The door is still locked, but you feel like a step in the right direction. Clockwise, into the west. Push the disc. You press the disc as the arrow points west. You feel another thunk and find that the dial has recessed further still into the stone ring. Push down the east. As you press the disc as the arrow points east. After another small thud, the dial sinks a hair lower into the stone molding. The change is almost too small to see, but it seems to indicate progress. And then fly to the north. You press the disc as the arrow points north. At first, nothing seems to happen, but after a few seconds have passed, the disc recedes deeper into the socket. You hear a clunk and a rattle of chains, and the door nearby swings open. The way is clear. So this is progress to the foundry. But before we do that, we have pain.
On the hunt.
Or at least what I remember as being pain.
Blasphemy!
I can't take that just yet. Because I should have the 3 sigils. Sigil of the shield, sigil of the helm. There should be another sigil of that on this floor. Inspect the stone carving. Three holes, okay. So that's the sword. Inspect the stone carving, the edges seem worn. 2 holes. So that's the shield. You hold the symbol in place, masking a protrusion against the holes in the circular depression. They align perfectly. A gentle push is enough to slide the symbol into the receptacle. You hear a faint clicking sound behind the stone wall. Carving. 1 hole. Sigil of the helm. Okay.
Hey.
So, real quick. It's not at the foundry. It's back in the workshop. Did I miss something in the workshop? I am not above double checking things. Okay, let's see here. Okay.
Quick and quiet.
Okay, so I did double check, and it said it's hidden in the scroll cabinet, so I think that might be a mechanics check that I just cannot see. Okay. Well, let me try something real quick. Go to our scrolls, see if we have a Rite of Hidden Wonders. Would be nice if there's a search function. Wait, I think I have Rite of Hidden Wonders on someone's quick slot. Yep, Heravius's. Okay.
Yeah?
Let's have him use it real quick.
Hey.
I wonder what this is.
There it is. Sigil of the Sword. So we have just burnt a squirrel to get this soulbound item. And I believe even with all the sigils and such. Oh. That locked the door. Oh, closed the door, I should say. Sigil of the Sword aligns perfectly. You hear a faint clicking sound. Okay.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
So, binds with rogue or priest, neither of which we have in the party. Wonderful.
Hey.
These are Abidon's treasures.
Yep. Listen, I never said the randomized build playthrough was going to be a smart playthrough.
You profane Abidon's sacred...
Okay. That's a wizard and a priest. So let's take care of the wizard first. Because... wizards. Okay. Take care of the priest. Because priests. Let's do Call of Slumber here. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of falling in love with Call to Slumber.
This weapon's no good to me.
If you did, thank you kindly. Let's get a phantom in here. Get some stuns in there. While they're doing that, if you would target the priest. There we go. Those beams of light you see, that's actually coming from Grieving Mother's detonate.
Hey.
When her target dies. So we're going to close the door. We're going to rest here.
Hey.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
So I remember there being a... No, I think it's a different part of Durgan's battery I'm thinking of. Where it is like several different trap panels, and there's like all types of spirits around, and it's in a tight corridor. And just... ugh. So I think I'm thinking of something different from that, but... We do have a mace now that if we ever bring Devil of Karak back into the party, we can give her, because we don't have any priests, because we fed him to a blood pool. Yay. I'm seriously happy the dice had me do that. They've made some interesting choices, but killing Durance, top drawer. Okay, so we do have a those who woke the stars. The Glenfathan astronomers who predicted the Lover's Tide that destroyed Andra's gift took many of the instruments and notes and hid them out of fear that they might be captured by Adherents. Decades after the war, the tribes recovered the astronomers' work. Unfortunately, all the original astronomers had died, and much of their writing was penned in an unknown cipher. 2 Valian dukes have offered a reward for anyone who can help crack the cipher for the Glenfathans. The tribes are reluctant to let anyone look at the notes, but believe it would be better to share the knowledge than let it remain a secret. So let's have... yeah, Aloth. Oh, I think Ayla is currently busy. Pelagio, why not? Yeah, Ayla is assigned to this guy for 2 more days. As we'll see if there's anything that I can construct currently, or if they're still building. Nope. Let's start constructing the training grounds. Okay. Several skeletons have laid alongside one another. Their legs and ribs are broken, but a dented Abaddon statuette has been left amongst them.
Hey.
Okay, let's proceed into the foundry.
I'll organize the troops to guard the stairs. We can hold them off for a while.
Vazo's repairing the Guardians. Ilune's preparing for the... You can't be serious about this. Let's just wait those monsters out. Abidun wouldn't let us... Abidun rewards earnest work, not begging and cowering. We must hurry.
Okay.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen
Oh yeah.
for them.
Gonna need a key for that.
We'll give ourselves for the battery.
Pargrunan histories lie open and abandoned. Some
The
are
records
missing
are
pages.
here. Keep searching.
Some scrolls.
Is this safe, Curate Elune?
And Father Odrison. Annals of the Pargrunan. It was in the time of Edirel the Surefooter that we came to Kleban Relog, an ancient place of the builders, as the locals call them. It was a marvelous sight, adoring the mountains framed by a pair of ghoulish aspects. Though some exercise of trickery or cunning, Eredhill was able to gain access for our scholars that we might observe and record what lay inside. We discovered a foundry of sorts, the like of which neither we nor our distant brethren had seen. Through careful observation, we surmised that the ancients had used this place to extract souls and transfer them to suits of armor, delicate and challenging work. Yet the skill that they had achieved left us humbled and astounded. Perhaps most remarkable were the golems, living suits of armor powered by essence. We lost 2 of our fellows when the creatures caught us unawares, but once we subdued them, they proved quite fascinating. All too aware that our hosts would never again allow us, or other curious travelers, to visit this place, we took meticulous notes and measurements of all we saw, forsaking bread and sleep until the work was done. We reported all to Erderhill, whereupon he praised our work and urged us quickly forward, for if such a place lie abandoned in the forest, who can say what other mysteries gods and kith have left in this strange and wild land? Do you have anything with kind of... No? Perception, resolve, dex. That's just good to have. Here you go.
Zawa is ready.
No, it's necessary.
Okay, we got some stuff down here. In some bitter spirits. Oh. I don't scare my folks. I don't scare. Move. 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 Okay, Grieving Mother might be going down. Retreat. There we go. Alright, you're there.
Hey.
Okay, not going to sleep. But for now, I think we have things mostly under control. Please be attacking someone, thank you very much. And just do the focus fire.
This isn't working.
Have her
My
move
thoughts.
slightly out of line of sight. Adair, if you would just move up.
That's how it's done.
Fire. It's still going for her. Smart little bastard. And there we go.
Hey.
Okay, just some loot. Loot. Loot.
All right then.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Loot. And
I'll tinker with that.
no
What
way
could
we're
go
picking
wrong?
that. I mean, hypothetically, we could have gotten it with that scroll. Because I think Clarence here is at 6. That would have rounded to 9, but... oh well. There might be a key to it somewhere.
Fetch our best armors. They must stand up for the heat.
Armory key. Hammer and chisel.
Right away, Master
I'll have this open in no time. That'll do it.
And of course the trap I couldn't see. Let's get out of there.
Of course.
Please remove yourselves from the AoE of Divine Smitage.
Hey.
That actually is a high level priest spell. Audra Sphere. This sphere has been shaped from a solid piece of Audra. It is covered in intricate stylized etching to give it the appearance of an eye.
Hey.
First I'm going to check here. I don't... yeah, I think the armory key is for like this one, but let's see if it also works on this chest. No harm in the looking. No, not at all. Yep, unlock with armory key.
Laying low.
Spellbind, knockdown quickness, which is 15% attack speed. That's actually pretty nice. Exceptional breastplate. And
Okay.
There we go. Because he's already pretty quick with his weapons, so I think I'll just give the speed bonus to Adair.
We'll hold them off as long as we can.
Quiet.
Head into this passage. Oh, this room. I remember this room. Okay. Let's back out to keep information or some signs thereof. Poke on in. Hello.
Waved out Silakili.
Get some attacks. Bring our own wraith. Detonate.
I am no use here.
Come on, folks. The shadow, if you would. Oh, that's nice. We'd love to see it. Take out the bitter spirits. And take out the siren. She's got a pretty mighty damage reduction there, 18. Okie dokie.
All right then. Hey. I can do that. All done.
Ring of Overseen, that's just additional ability area of effect. Sapphire.
Hey.
Cracks snake across the stone tablet. The edges have been worn smooth over centuries of handling. It reads, "We who stand shoulder to shoulder alongside the oldest of Kith empires send you forth. Honor us as we remember you." The letters of this tablet are crisp and deep, as if chiseled recently. They read, "Though our towns are stone, are surrounded by gates of coral, we Pergunians still write our names in your halls, in your hearts." Meditate on those who came before you and those who go beyond you. Remember first your father and last your younger brother, but know all Pergunian as kin. The corners of the tablets are chipped, but it's otherwise in good condition. It reads, "We plant ourselves in a strange and wild land, but remember well our roots. Though we are distant, know us still as kin." So obviously this is the oldest one with the old empires, the strange and wild lands, and then the gates of coral. The gilded globe has been crafted with exquisite detail. Mountains of hammered gold rise over mirror-smooth seas, and rivers that carve the continents are as thin and neat as if they'd been carved with a razor. 3 perfect sapphires mark locations in Rautai, Old Valia, and the Living Lands. The bronze hand that reaches the band that encircles the globe is inscribed with 3 repeating lines. Remember all Pergunian, from the oldest before you to the youngest who follow you. So first Old Valia, then the Living Lands, and finally Rautai. As the last sapphire snaps into place, the globe glows with veins of brilliant blue light. Then it rotates a quarter turn. As the lights die out, you hear clanking gears and grinding stone from one side of the room.
Hey.
Hello? Hello?
So we got Wooders, which is a unique battle axe. Bonus crit damage, Nature's Mark, Spell Chance, Hardy. Defense against disease and poison. We also get an Acorn Helm. How cute. Good amount of cash. Spell damage multiplier, again plus 10 spell damage. Again plus 3 constitution. Reflex bonus.
Hey.
And some spell scrolls. So I think I'll actually give Zala the Constitution this time. I believe hers counts as spell damage.
Hey.
Okay, that's the treasury. Let's see what's through this door.
Abidan, guide us.
Strengthen
Seems
us
to
with
be
your
some
flame,
kind of
Lord
chapel.
Abidan.
Precepts and Proverbs of Abaddon. Okay, this is a lore book. And the other Audra sphere. This sphere has been shaped from a solid piece of Audra. It is covered in intricate stylized etching to give it the appearance of an eye. And some more Durgan steel ingots.
Temper us for the crucible.
Ooh. Okay, honestly not too bad there. We have some raging specters, but not many. So let's have y'all attack the specter. Dare. You are just a, oh no, that's Zawa who got pulled, not Adair. Okay, Dare, if you would, I'm so used to Adair getting pulled and him just, like, tanking. Zawa, if you would... him...
Ready when you are.
Kitty Cat Man, do the Kitty Cat Can. Here. Okay, that's currently dominated. I just want to take him out. Just take him out. Okay, good. Y'all attack the Wraith. Except for you, Adair. You keep up on the... taking that guy.
You're not getting through me. Hey.
Oh, wow. Okay. I say, oh, wow, because this area here is actually our goal. I didn't know if it was here on another screen. So actually, real quick, I do want to check Haravis's weapon. Okay, 6 enemies killed.
Hey.
We'll stand ready, Commandants.
This is the area I was thinking of.
Quickly,
And I think
there's
I
not much
remember why.
time.
Alone. We've never introduced this much essence into the White Forge. It...
Abaddon gave us the tools, Vasil. We've got to make them work.
Gonna let the folks talk here. Okay, looks like they're talking. The margin of this text are scribbled with notes and references. The ink-stained pages appear to have seen much use in earlier times, on the binding of souls. The removal and transfer of souls is a practice both ancient and sophisticated. There is evidence that the Ingwithans were particularly adept at this, yet few details have survived them. Someone scrawled Annals of the Pargrim, page 382-6 below this paragraph. What is known is that the removal of a soul is a difficult process, and one that requires an expert hand and precise tools for any chance of success. Early attempts on a test pool of 138 goats left most of the subjects with maimed or fractured souls. In all but 2 of the 11 instances where the soul was successfully removed, the essence dissipated before scholars could capture it, i.e. you just killed the fucker. The words transferred to holding vessel are written and underlined in the margin. The process requires conductive materials, copper and Audra specifically. Immersion in water is important to ensure that the soul is drawn in a steady and uniform manner, with no distortions or breakages. A warped soul is, at best, useless, and at worst, unpredictable. And, like rhyme against nature. An arrow points from this paragraph to a scrunched note. Extraction pool in sea are 18 feet wide by 3 feet deep. Liban Rilog. We have since mastered the process of soul transference and have seen the benefits of infusing forged work with the essence of animals in Wilder. What remains to be seen is whether we might see greater gains from using the souls of Kith. Where we would procure the appropriate subjects and how much personality and autonomy we would want to leave them intact in such cases. A string of notes winds around and below this paragraph, beginning with criminals, prisoners of war, volunteers, and ending with Forge Guardians in block letters.
Hey.
I can't believe it's not war crimes. Your skin prickles as you approach the vat. It teems with soul energy, with lives spent and stored thrice over. Essence roils with like churning water, running over ancient pipes and gears. But there within the vat lies a heavy stone disc, rune-engraved, impale as bone. Reach for the object. You feel a chill run down your arms the moment your fingers brush the disc's surface. Whispers erupt from the stone around you, and out of that chorus rises a single, steady voice.
Stop! These methods belong to us, to the Pargrunin!
What is this?
Years of toil, the pride of a generation. You would steal from us? From the...
Abidan himself. You will regret your trespass.
You hear grinding, clicking noise in the hull. Something moans and snarls outside.
Hey.
So what that was the Audra disc. This heavy circular object appears to have been carved from living Ardra. Energy hums through it, setting the already vibrantly green disc to a gleaming shine. And it is, with the other two eyes, the three objects need to activate the forge. Okay. So...
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
This is where things become extra fun.
Would you look at that?
Okay, I do. That's a move. Oh, thank you for bringing him there. Okay, this is gonna be the extra fun hour.
Just say the word.
Education. Oh, thank the gods. Okay. Take advantage of this. Attack as much as you can. Do as much damage. There we go. That's what we like. That's what we love. Okay, good. Good. Heal.
My legs.
Oh, he's dead. Oh well. You put up a good showing, Zawa, I'm sure.
This fight is mine.
I'll attack the siren. Y'all retreat back.
All right then. Hey.
Actually, Kana should be able to... Where's Zawa? There's Zawa. Kana can res Zawa. We can then do his self-heal.
Yeah? Oh, almost had it. Let me try again.
So I know the battery siren is still out here, but I'm going to let us recharge a bit and take advantage of exploring the AI. I don't think I have enough mechanics to... Oh,
hey.
That's a welcome surprise. I will take it.
Let's see what lies this...
Well, what's this all about?
Brave Dalfila.
Hey. Need something?
Okay.
Need something? Hey.
Good. Okay, so this has proved much less painful than I thought it would be.
All right then. Hey.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes?
Hey.
Sour back some health. Just in case. Alright. So we do have a level up for Grieving Mother. Only 4 can take the 6. That's going to athletics. Nothing can take the 2. So we have 2 powers to select. We have Disintegration and Mind Plague. So, Mind Plague destroys an enemy's memory with calculated accuracy, leaving them dazed and confused before rapidly jumping to up to 5 other enemies. So the foe target is dazed and confused, and then it jumps. And then Disintegration burns away the ethereal sinew that holds together the mind, body, and soul of the target enemy, causing it to rapidly take raw damage. Targets that have their endurance reduced to 0 disintegrate into nothingness. Pretty nifty powers.
Hey.
Okay. So those right there are some Forge Guardians.
The Guardians will hold the door as long as need be.
Everyone else is ready. So few of us remain.
Lord Abidon, guide our hands and steel our hearts. Give us the mercy of your forge.
Let's pick up what we can around here.
Magnificent. It looks as if my toes are wriggling, even when I hold them still.
A few tokens, filthy coins, and tattered ribbons have been scattered in the bone pile. The pillar tugs at your essence. A pulse of the world itself moves through it. The interior of the forge is crusted with dark, rippled stone. Okay, this fight can be a little bit of a something. A large stone dragon skull stands silent vigil at one end of the circular chamber. Within its maw is a network of steel dividers, tubes, and vents, indicating that this impressive construction served as the furnace for the White Forge. There's a shallow basin at the foot of the furnace, and in golden eye sockets of the skull itself are golden rings, evidently meant to house some manner of gem or instrument. Place an Ardra sapphire sphere into the left socket. With the door climbing, you are able to reach into the eye socket and carefully wedge the sphere into place. It fits snugly, and you think you sense a small ripple of energy as the eye is set within. You'll feel a faint vibration through the skull. It grows in intensity until the very ground seems to shake, loose cobblestones rattling in the settings. You leap from this furnace to confront what is coming. Place an Ardra sphere into the right eye socket. You climb into position and carefully set the Ardra sphere in the golden ring at the center of the skull's eye socket. The sphere fits perfectly, and as it drops into place, a peculiar burst of energy ripples outward from the dragon's eye and through you. The air shifts almost imperceptibly around you. The Ardra sphere you have placed suddenly blazes with an orange light, fading from a blinding brightness to a vibrant glow of a campfire. Thin smoke rises from both orbs. In the depths of the furnace, you think you hear the rattling of machinery.
Tremors. They returned.
Right. And place the stone disc in the hollow space behind the basin. You place the stone disc into the basin and find that it fits perfectly within the hollow. Before your eyes, the disc turns on its own accord, rotating this way and that before finally sinking into position. From deep within the furnace comes a startling metallic screech, as if some hidden mechanism has come to life. From the vents around you rises hot steel air in the glow of rising fires. Gusts of hot air erupt from the stone dragon's maw. Molten ore drips from the basin, and dark, billowing smoke begins to gust from between the skull's fangs. You hear another rending shriek, but not of machinery. Around you rises a chorus of howls, bodiless voices raised in rage and despair.
Yes.
Okay. Adair, if you would come back with us, thank you kindly. Adair, if you would move. Oh god, god damn it. Okay. We're doing this. Okay, you're the priest. You're the mage. Oh. I think this is why we fix it before fights. Okay. Just focus on you for now. Let Adair do his fighterly best. Kill that fragment. Come on. You don't like me in it. Come on. Oh. How hard is it to kill one spirit? Okay. Focus the pursed the priest. Okay, gaze of the Hour Dragon. Disintegrate on him. Bring forth the Phantom. Okay. Focus fragment. Fragment's gone. Good. Adair, if you would. Also fire. Also fire. Oy oy oy. They are not immune to immune to unconscious. Okay. I was about to go, okay then, but nope. Okay, y'all went to the fragment. Okay, the fragment's gone. That just leaves the Forge Guardians.
Following your lead.
Clarence, use your
This isn't working.
infused with Vital Essence. Why not? Let's see if that works. For anything worthwhile. And more magic missiles. She's just gonna have to keep shooting until her focus builds back up. Is that Zawa? Yep, that's Zawa. Bring Zawa back. Okay, we're gonna bring in the Storm with Heravius. Where are you, Adair? Okay, Adair's here.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Focus as best we can.
This isn't working.
Focus on the ones already injured. Y'all know the drill.
Yes.
Come on. God, that's a good spell. Self-heal. Do a knockdown.
Need something?
This isn't
Have him bring the storm down again.
working.
Have you res folks
Next
again.
word, then wrong. Need to try something else.
Alrighty. just destroy this last guy.
Perhaps it is time to stop
No longer
and
sense
reflect.
our merit. One repels.
Alrighty.
Hey,
Okay.
hey.
Gonna rest. Go to save.
Stop, Marauder! Our bodies are dust already. Must you profane holy ground with further violence?
Flames roar and whip from within the forge. As they rise, their glow washes the room in a gory crimson light.
Did the height of our walls offend you? Did we cross your borders? Sell you weak steel? Tell us, why did you invade our fortress?
Durgan's battery has been deserted for over 200 years.
No, that cannot be. Abidon wouldn't allow it.
The flames flicker and shudder, and the stones beneath your feet grow suddenly cold.
Wake up, Exandru! This is why Abidan gave us the White Forge, that we might take up arms and deal with villains like this.
Heat surges once again from the forge, prickling your skin.
Such a magnificent device, and she can only see it as a tool for war. She shames our grandparents, who wandered this continent and...
Quiet, both of you! Can't you feel it? This chill. This silence.
The fires crackle and snap.
But you entered our keep and found it abandoned. Ruined. What happened to us?
His question drifts from the mouth of the White Forge, wreathing you like a cloud of smoke. Stories say that you fought amongst yourselves and destroyed one another.
We fought, yes. But only with words. Ideas. Yet it was enough. Our divisions left us unprepared for what came next.
I'd never seen anything like them. Twice the size of any ogre, and positively fearless. They were...
Eyeless. Yet no matter how hard we fought, or how deep we hid, they kept coming for us.
What were they?
Some kind of magfolk, but bigger than any we knew of. We who survived never got close.
Magfolk here means like golems or construct.
They were relentless. Unnaturally so.
Why did they attack you? They didn't stop to explain themselves. Yet I wondered at what monstrous wilder might survive in a place like this.
We should have taken our steel and pushed east.
What's to
What's
say
to say they didn't come from the east? From the lands Maroon so coveted?
It was a punishment for taking this gift of Abidon, the White Forge, and squandering it on our greed and vanity.
The other voices say nothing, but you feel their doubt and dissent in the stifling heat of the forge. Go on.
We retreated until there was no place left to go. Until those of us who remained were here.
Here, with the salvation Abidon had left us.
What was this salvation?
The White Forge. With it, our smiths pulled the souls from our bodies and preserved them in the very stones of Durgan's battery.
So the dwarves never expired, not truly.
It was agony. Feeling your soul ripped from your flesh. Feeling every part of you torn asunder. But it saved us.
Imprisoned us.
It was Abidon's grace. Now, we inhabit the monument our people built to the White Forge.
How does the White Forge work?
Its fires have been blessed by Abidon. They're fed by Aora's molten heartbeat and veined with Audra that runs to the center of the world.
Which explains their conductive power. See, these Adra veins allowed us to siphon essence into steel as we shaped it.
And that essence, the extraordinary heat of the forge, and our smith's skill is what made Durgan's steel so remarkable.
What does this have to do with Abaddon?
The White Forge belongs to Abaddon, of course. It is here that he built his own body.
And whether he found this place or created it, it's a truly remarkable smithy.
We Pargrunin are wanderers by nature. But it was Abaddon's call that led our forefathers here after generations spent along the Pearl Coast and Air Glonfath.
So the old stories say. Then again, I can't see any other reason our grandfathers would have stayed here when greener lands lay east.
I see. And now you're here in Durgan's battery.
Stuck here, you mean? With all the others who sought to escape the Iris.
Is that a bad thing?
Had we thought longer on the fate that awaited us, we might have chosen a quick death to this slow agony.
Blasphemy! There's no greater honor than remaining here, watching over the White Forge.
You think so?
I only wish we could protect this humble monument better.
Or do something. Anything. We were once among the greatest smiths in the known world. Tell me, do Kith still speak of us?
Would it matter now? Let go of this obsession with your reputation.
But it's more than our reputation. It's our legacy. What was the point of our work, our sacrifice, if it's so quickly lost?
Yet if our lives and labors are so easily forgotten, what was it that brought you here?
I'm hunting a group called the Ludding Key, and they were seeking a way into the battery. At this admission, you feel a softening in the essence of the Pargrunin. In one moment, each soul and fragment is distinct, and in the next, they form an indistinguishable host. You perceive them as a school of fish caught in a tide, a flurry of snowflakes on the wind, a pantry full of fragrant spices.
Then I hope you're satisfied with what you found here.
At least you get to leave this place.
But it was good to be remembered. However briefly.
As the souls of Durgan's battery speak to you, their collective essence takes shapes, much like Mirwald's did. There are scores of them, all torn by conflicting purposes and trapped in the memory of their lost battle. You taste the bitterness of their uncertain existence, and feel the persistent ache of centuries. It is a slow, agonizing fate, but you find it in your power to grant them another. Bind them to the cannons. Defend Abaddon's forge and the fortress you built around it. The souls flow up and through the bricks, moving away from the right forge as if from a burning, beating heat. The walls groan and creak at the sudden rush of energy. At last you feel them distantly as they plot somewhere above you, around the exterior of the keep. They thrum with energy and purpose.
Hey.
White Forge is now available for use. It has the unique ability to refine Durgan iron ingots. Multiple iron ingots are required to create a single refined ingot. After refinement, these ingots can be used at any time in enchanting recipes to augment weapons, shields, and armor with Durgan steel. So yeah, what this allows you to do is you can make these ingots, and then it just gives a flat, a fairly good bonus to your whatever equipment you bind it with. So that's progressing. How much time has elapsed here? Not too much. Let's talk to Zawa.
So the dwarves of Durgan's battery did not destroy themselves after all. They fell to invaders.
And it seems they were completely wiped out.
They left spirits to tell the tale. But the tale will never grow or change. Their time ended long ago.
He nods to himself, it appears.
But we have seen no invaders, and the battery was shut. Did they come only to destroy the dwarves, and then leave?
Hey.
By the time you stepped out of Durgan's battery and into the new snow outside, word had already spread of strange lights rising from the fortress and energy crackling in the sky. The survivors of Starward flocked to Durgan's battery, their steps hastened by the promise of peace and prosperity at last. They mended their walls, gathered their strength, and prepared their town for the new opportunities that were sure to come. And with the voices of Durgan's battery silent at last, none heard the distant groan of something stirring among the peaks, as massive and relentless as an avalanche.
Okay. And then this is just a quick way out. Jump across.
Hey.
And down. So I do know that I did activate the bounties here. And one of them is around here. I am going to see if I can take them. Okay.
Just say.
Oh, you little pieces of This is going to get rather messy, if at all. Okay. So I'm gonna reload here.
Hey.
Let's see what lies this way.
So I think that fight is definitely doable. I just want to get slightly better intro to it. Well, beginner's half done and all that. Or if very much need be, I can just sneak around them. Because the bounty missions are a bit tougher. Just, Tears of Isaac, just downloaded and created my character going in blind. I have no idea what I'm getting into. Just know this is my genre of games. Yeah, so what I would recommend, what I'm doing on mine is, in addition to the blind, random character level ups, I'm also doing, like, random story choices. Do not do that on your first playthrough. It's a very fun game. There is a cyclopedia here in the journal that does like break down like how the different mechanics work if you want to read through it. But it's mostly pretty intuitive if you've played other isometric games or tabletop RPGs. A lot of the concepts you've seen there, you'll see here. The classes are very similar, like Barbarian's a barbarian. It plays how you would... Oh, Barbarian, yep. Barbarian is an interesting one. Because, like, with their frenzy, when they use it, it obscures how much health they have left. So you're like, well, just go for it. Okay. But yeah, happy I was able to introduce the game to more folks. It's one of my favorites by Obsidian, one of my favorite developers, so... Okay, let's try to do some paralysis over here. Actually, no. Do that. Do some focus fire instead onto the wizard. And of course, bring down the thunder. Oh yeah, this game is a lot of content. Maybe not like 100 hours per playthrough, but you can definitely do that over multiple playthroughs. You can also import your character into the sequel as well in the choices you made. Yeah, it's a very fun game. And there's a lot of different like little branches that you might not expect depending on what you take, and things that might come up later. I got the complete edition. It said it comes with the DLC White March. Will I know how to start that when it's time? Yes. So once you get your keep up and running, you will get a message saying like, hey, we got this letter from the village of Stalwart up in the White March, and it will actually appear on your travel map, the White March, and it will take you to it. And you can travel to and from the DLC areas and the main game areas freely. Okay, we have a wizard down. Good, good. Take out the cipher. Y'all take out the priest. Self-heal. Oh, he's down. In that case, have kind of come in and give him a boost.
You should have run.
Okay, Ravis is back up. Have him heal. Have him heal.
Yeah?
Earth to her obvious. Okay, good. Now you're staying up. And you've just been beaten back down. Okay. But thankfully there's only one of them left. Kill the rogue. Preferably with fire.
You're not getting through me.
And another quick tip on playing Pillars for the first time. Well, you do have your designed NPC characters with their subquests and all that. You can also just create your own party members at any inn. You just like pay gold to hire an adventurer and you can create them from scratch. It could actually be very useful for getting like a rogue early on for mechanics, but you don't need to, but it can be useful because you don't actually meet enough party members to get your full 6 slots until after you capture your keep. Until then, you have like at most 5 party members that are like story NPCs.
Hey.
That's her head. Fine plate armor, fine shield.
Hey.
Okay. Zawa leveled up. Let's roll for his skills. Lower. Only thing that can take it for is mechanics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9. Flagellant's Path. Crash 3 wounds in the blink of an eye. The monk streaks towards a distant target, inflicting terrible crush damage and penalties to all defenses on anyone in his or her path. Could be useful.
Hey.
Okay, so with that, we are going to head back to town to turn that bounty in. Then probably head back to Longwatch Falls for the other bounty after we take a rest at the inn to get our spells back. And They Who Woke the Stars is completed. Though backed by the money and spies of 2 Vailian dukes, Pelagina has difficulty cracking the Glanfathan astronomer's code. Much of the Glanfathans who initially appeared helpful turned out to be saboteurs who believed that outsiders could not be trusted with Glanfathan secrets. A series of ambushes and difficult chases through Air Glanfath eventually brought Pelagina face to face with the great-great-granddaughter of one of the Orlan astronomers who predicted the Lover's Tide. She threatened to destroy the key to translating the cipher, but Pelagia was able to negotiate a limited translation of the key astronomical information. In the end, the Vailian dukes were a bit disappointed, as they had hoped to learn additional secrets of Glanfathan astronomy. However, even the information Pelagina recovered was fascinating to Vailian astronomers. And that gets us the Constellated Cloak, which is grants dimensional shift once per rest, which is a faux beam of stunned for 5 seconds and plus 12 reflex. Okay. Okay, turn this bounty in. That Zella of the Sisterhood of the Slight Skull is dead. It's kind of ironic, isn't it? She went around killing people for Bareth, and in the end that's, well, oh, never mind. Just take the bounty. He passes your bag that rattles with coin.
Hey.
And now we are going to rest up, then head to Longwatch Falls for the Gleaming Society, I believe it is. So you really found the right forge, huh? Hardly believed it at first, but I had never seen Renengeld so giddy about anything.
Here, drinks on me. We should see a boost in business with the battery open. Makes for a brighter future than we had yesterday, for sure. Top quality bear pelt.
Okay, grab a room. Golden whale again. Nice room.
Hey.
Alright. Oh, and I see we got another view in. Howdy. Hope you're having a good night. Now we head to Longwatch Falls. And yeah, if I remember correctly, they're around this area. Do a quick save. So we're going to open with him bringing down his storm. Okay. Ranged folk, focus on the priest. Then go into shift, shapeshift, Okay, good. Priest is taken care of. So our goal like this. Let's test out your new move. As I do the foe only paralysis AoE, which is totally not busted whatsoever. Oh yeah, we got some paralysis there. That makes those guys nice and easy to take down. So we're going to focus fire real quick on the paralyzed guys. Just take advantage of that damage bonus. Focus Almond. Dude, go kitty cat. Finally, kitty cat. Okay, take down the boss. Give it a knockdown there. Hopefully before he does his good, before he did his... He was about to use a monk ability where they gain like an ice and fire familiar of them copies. Really fun ability, but now granted, while I was microing all of them, I let everyone else get murdered by insane monks and paladins, but so goes life. Nothing we can't finish off with
ready when you are.
Good amount of violence. Okay, there we go. And Adair has this guy in engagement, so we should pretty much be able to hold him as we just blast him. With so many magic missiles. There we go. Even chunked him.
Hey.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, nothing overly noteworthy on the gear side.
Hey.
Okay. So we're gonna head back, turn that one in, then head back to our main keep in Cadnua. And that should finish up like part one of do my dialogue responses affect the game? Yes. So as many of the dialogue responses will give what's called dispositions. Like your reputations, and as you go on later. Now, because I've been playing as the dice compel me. I have an absurdly even split among some of these. But as you go through the game, characters will react to you differently, and it might open up different resolutions to quests or different dialogue options as you gain these reputations. So yes, the way your character comports themselves is definitely going to have an effect down the road. And then there's also the reputations you gain with like the different factions as well. Those don't play as big a part as they do in some other games, the factions. But there's a few things that like you unlock. The Gleaming Society is no more. Alright. Got that done. To the waterline. A Rautai merchant ship was sunk by Adirian pirates off the eastern coast of Raid Ceres. Before the ship collapsed into the waves, the pirates made off with a variety of precious treasures, many of which were experimental animacy implements or nautical devices intended for Defiance Bay and Sperento. The concerned would-be recipients of the cargo are discreetly inquiring about potential help. The hope is to recover the shipments before the pirates learn of the value of what they've taken. And let's send Lawana. I forget how to pronounce her name. I am bad with names.
Hey.
Yeah, so they really aren't like mission trackers like in like little light ups, but honestly, because of the size of most of the maps, once you find those, just if you keep poking around, typically everything is contained within the map. What I really recommend is, if you haven't already, like if you press down the tab key, it will actually highlight everything that's interactable on the map that you can see. That is very useful in this game. But also, if you like read the journal entries, it will typically tell you like X, Y, or whatever will be in like Y location, so you know at least like which map you should be going to. On console, okay, yeah, there should be that command. I do not know what it is off the top of my head though, because I'm playing on PC, obviously.
Hey.
So fast mode active, is there a way to change that? Yes. Like there's fast mode. We run like that. Normal mode and slow mode. So there should be a way to change that as well as pause the game. Well, let me actually see something real quick. Under controls. Okay. I'm actually going to try something a little crazy real quick. See if I can help you out there, Tears. Gonna attach my... Actually, yeah, in the spirit of experimentation, what I'm gonna do is, since I have my Xbox controller here with me and it's Bluetooth connected, I'm actually gonna exit out of the game real quick and try restarting it with my controller on, See if it can... Well, options... Controls... I don't actually know if the PC version had controller support. But if it does... Let me actually check the Steam page. Okay, yeah, unfortunately my... the PC version does not have any controller support, so it's not even detecting my controller. I was hoping that if it did, it would pop up on the controls. But see if you can go into like the pause menu, the options menu, and see if there's a controls listing. If there is, that should put you exactly to where it is. Yep. And that actually, because I've basically completed White March Part 1, that actually is where I'm going to call the stream for tonight. Because I got done what I wanted to get done. Next stream I'll be doing up, finishing up Act 2 of the main game. And starting up Act 3. So I have done the White March DLC before. I just finished up Part 1. In this playthrough, as to what you're looking for, is that like on the console controls? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you looking for something else? Is scouting my question? Yes, scouting is like your stealth. What control for highlighting? Well, let me actually look something up. Taking a quick look, see here. Taking a quick look-see. Okay. I'm actually looking on the wiki at what the controls are. So toggle slow mode and toggle fast modes appear to be the left and right on the direction pad. Left stick click seems to be toggle scouting. Right stick click seems to be toggling the camera follow. In terms of highlighting objects, it simply said that it apparently will highlight things when you get close to them, just automatically. So it might just be a case of just like moving around the area in that case. I was just reading from the wiki real quick. Yeah, like as far as I can tell from my yeah. Well, Complete Edition, that is because I originally got the Pillars of Eternity and then later bought White March, so I had the two separates. Yeah, as opposed to... So I'm guessing Complete Edition has like the old... like it has like the room with like the water and the stone face. Yeah. Oh, and thank you for the follow. Thank you kindly. But yeah, I will be next streaming either Saturday or Monday. Awesome. My Saturday or Monday stream is actually going to be, because I kind of like play two games side by side, will actually be Persona 4 Golden, which is my first time playing that version of Persona 4. I've played Persona 4 several times before, but this is my first time playing the Golden version. And then on Wednesday, this next Wednesday is when I will be doing Pillars again. And I typically I like to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday streams, alternating games I'm playing. So either Saturday or Monday, I'll be playing Persona 4. And if I'm playing Persona 4 on Saturday, I probably will do a Monday stream of Pillars. Because I missed a stream this week because of sinus issues. But yeah, well, thank you all for coming around. It was great to see and talk to you. Let me see if there's anyone I can send your rage to. Not at the moment. Wait, what was that? No. Okie dokie. Well, anyways, I hope you all enjoyed it. Hope to see y'all later, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Bye-bye now.